Hey, everybody. Adam and Paul back with you once again. And Paul, we got ourselves, we've talked to some great Baysox of yesteryear, but we have one that is probably, of course, he's a current Bowie Baysox. We're excited to have Gunnar Henderson with us today.
Now, is it Gunnar or Gunnar?
It is Gunnar. A lot of people call it Gunnar, though.
I was reading up. It's either Viking for like warrior, or it's Swedish for chocolate maker or something. I don't know.
Well, hopefully it'll be the other one and not chocolate maker. So,
hey, hey, chocolate makers are delicious.
Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Ganache. That's his candy bar.
I love it. Gunnar, thank you so much for being with us here today and, jumping in on the baseball side. It really is a unique group of players that have come through Bowie in the last decade that have played as 20-year-olds with the Baysox. I mean, we're talking about names like Manny Machado, Jonathan Scope, Ryan Mountcastle, and the like. What is it like to be on that list of names?
Yeah, I mean, it's truly a blessing just to have the opportunity to be able to go up and help make it to the playoffs and then end up playing in the playoffs. So just being able to do that and help contribute and play there and hopefully start there this year. I just can't ask for more than that. And all the glory goes to God. And I just thank him each and every day for that.
And getting promoted twice in a season, I think, is a big deal. It's really hard to do that, especially in a shortened season. You didn't have a year before. You were able to be with the guys, though, at the extended camp in Bowie. So that must have been a great experience. And just the ability to have such a great start in Delmarva, get to Aberdeen and reach Bowie, finish in the playoffs in the championship. It had to be a great year.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, definitely through the struggles, I felt like it was a great development year because throughout, I learned how to go through the struggles and just to work through them and just to keep going and just learning how to handle them. So I felt like it was a really good development year. And throughout the year, I felt like I have a whole lot more in the tank. So I guess that's pretty exciting for me as well. So
I'm going to take it off the baseball a little bit, but keep it on you since you're the young guy, you're the young buck. Would you say your time right now in the minors, is it more like how things happen and develop in Bull Durham or how things happen and develop in, let's say, Major League? And that would be the movie. That's the movie part of Major League, not okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I would say that's a tough question.
Have you seen those movies, Gunnar?
Yeah, I've seen them, but I don't know them too hard. That's the only problem. So
let me try to make the movies more recent. Okay. Disney Pixar put out them. Just joking. That's a joke there. We were complimenting, talking about this, me and Adam beforehand, going, that you were born in 2001.
Crazy,
like you know nothing about what happened before the Y2K bug came out and collapsed everything. And airlines were shut down because they're afraid airplanes will be in the sky. And when it flips over, the dates will be wrong and confusing. There was chaos is what I'm trying to say here, Gunnar. There was chaos. And then little baby Gunnar was born. And
I know he was a twinkle in daddy's eye. Yeah.
It just the world fixed itself. It was amazing. You don't know anything about the Spice Girls.
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
That might not be a bad thing, Gunnar.
We're going to talk about that later on, sir. We'll do that later on. Adam, talk baseball for a little bit.
All right, let's talk some baseball. I mean, overall, it seemed to me, look, you talked about it being a great, developmental season. That's what the minor leagues are all about. But boy, I could tell when the Baysox lost so dramatically in Akron in Game 3. The way that the championship series ended, it didn't feel like just a bunch of guys out there to try to develop. It felt like you guys were a really close team, wanted that championship, and we're really playing for each other.
Yeah, definitely that. Because I mean, when I got up there, that was all the guys that I hung around during alt site and like my first year here. So it was like some of my best friends that were up there, and I just felt like we had really good chemistry going up there, even for the week and a half I was up there. I felt like it was really good team camaraderie and just being able to play that way together and just have that experience together, hopefully doing that in Camden Yards in a year or two.
And it's interesting because in 2017, the Baysox were a playoff team, and Ryan Mountcastle came up with about 2 weeks left in the season. He played in about 15 to 20 games and then was a part of Bowie's postseason campaign that year. And when he came back to Bowie in 18, he was really, really ready to go. You know, I mean, he was ready for that level, because a lot of people feel that AA in the minors, obviously going to the majors is the biggest jump. Yeah. But they feel like going to AA is the biggest jump within the minors. So for you getting a taste of AA baseball for a few weeks, and I'm trying to think of how many at bats you had, probably close to 100 at bats in that range. That's got to really help you going into this year.
Yeah, just like I said, having that experience, especially in the playoffs, when you get into the heat of the race and stuff, that just goes, and you're getting the best stuff from each and every pitcher. So just being able to get that experience and being able to have some success against it will definitely propel me through the start of next year.
So I believe I was able to see you playing in Aberdeen early in the year. So me and the wife, we jump around, we watch all the baby birds, try to catch their games. And I'm going to tell you now, before I met you, before I knew who you were, before we just make googly eyes at each other on the field before the game, I seen this guy up on the board and it said Gunnar. Yes. I was like, babe, that boy's going to be a beast. And she says, what do you mean? I was like, name a lot. This goes back to another point here. At what point in the naming process of a baby Gunnar does mom and dad go, you know what? I ain't never seen a homeless guy named Gunnar who failed. Let's name this one Gunnar because he's going to do something. Well, at what point, like, do you know anybody else named Gunnar that did not succeed like an alpha male, just going bam right at it?
I can't say that I have, so I guess that's a good
right.
thing.
Okay, so no pressure. I said no pressure. Yeah. Don't be the first.
Well, you know, we were talking about you got a Gunner. There's you might have a Maverick on the Baysox next year, right? Yeah. We got Dan Hammer coming out of the bullpen, dropping it. You know, I mean, it's an exciting group of names.
Sounds like we got an elite Army squad. And
exactly.
but have people told you, Gunner, that you have a great baseball name? You know, because there's not too many like hockey players named Gunner.
Yeah, I have heard that before, that it's a great baseball name. So hopefully we'll make a name of it here pretty soon.
Well, you've got no choice now. I mean, we discussed it. We put it out there in the universe. It's in your hands. No pressure though, right? No pressure. But I'm going to tell all of my grandbabies, it's like, you see Gunner? I remember when he was just Gunner. I remember when they called him
that is a
Gunnar.
Good call, because one of the things that we have seen due to where the Orioles are, obviously, as an organization now, investing a lot into the minor leagues. And there is a level of promotion for you guys, which is unlike, past eras. I'll be honest, when Trey Mancini was tearing up Bowie, no one knew who Trey Mancini is. But now Oriole fans know who Gunnar Henderson is. They know, who Jordan Westberg is. They know who Grayson Rodriguez is. And that's got to be pretty cool, because to be honest, the majority of minor league teams, when you look and see publicity for somebody, it's usually some guy that's already been in the major leagues for a few years and has more of an established big league name. Have you guys felt that? Has that been cool that like literally Oriole fans know who you are?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool to have that, just so you're not feeling like you're all by yourself, just going through the minor leagues, and then hopefully one day you pop up in the major leagues and go, there he is. So it's definitely nice to have that, but just able to just keep your mind right, staying humble, and just being able to go to work each and every day and just ultimately make yourself better to further achieve your goal. So
yeah, that was said like a perfect 35-year-old. Way to go, buddy. way to put that pop wisdom on them there, Gunnar.
So have you ever had worse sweet tea than you have in the AA Northeast League, since you're a Southerner? I never drank sweet tea until I went to college in North Carolina and ordered an iced tea, and like my eyes were open for about an hour straight. I don't think I blinked. When you go to when you go to Somerset, New Jersey, you're not going to get any sweet tea, are you?
Yeah, no, it's been a little adjustment for me. So I usually, because I'll limit myself usually to one, either sweet tea or one soda a week, and that's usually on the off day. So
A week?
Unless it's
A week?
Yeah.
God, why are you so mean to yourself?
Well, when I get down here, I have my fair share of sweet tea because that's what I'm used to.
So Adam was kind of hinting on the idea of like some guys they'll get into Bowie and they're burning up, but nobody really knows about them. And then they get up to the bigs,
right,
and then suddenly they know their name.
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, right now, looking at the Bowie, looking at Aberdeen, looking at the Shorebirds, ignore the Tide. We're not talking about the Tide. Just us and below. Is there one guy you think they're not talking about, but this guy is going to blow up?
I honestly feel like that would be Joey Ortiz. I mean, he's he's talked about a little bit, but just seeing him play and just watching him do his thing is really incredible to watch.
And you know what? We got a taste of it for about 2 weeks in Bowie, and then he got injured last year.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a fun player to watch with the Baysox next season. You know, Gunnar, this is going to be tough, but Paul actually has a list of crazy questions for you. So, like, if you didn't feel like your seat was hot, it's about to get hotter right now.
I feel like I'm prepared.
The first question, it's not on my list, but it just came up.
All right.
Have you ever touched Watson's truck?
Yes, I have.
You better not touch his truck. That's all I'm saying.
I've actually driven it, so
no, you with his permission?
Surprisingly, yes.
So we talk about in the backside, just real quick about this. His walk-up song is "Don't Touch My Truck," and it's about a big, huge truck. But we know, looking at him, he is a small guy. He's a small, and then we start thinking, like, does he have those like little rails to pull himself up, and those little platforms to put his feet up to get in there? Like, how does Watson get into his truck?
He's definitely got the platforms to get in there.
Okay, just checking. All right, over to my questions. Here we go.
Here we go.
There we go. That was not one of those. Today, I started doing a little research on you, find out where you're from, what you do, and you're still young enough to remember your birthplace. So we're going to talk about Alabama. Not Sweet Home Alabama. I hated that movie, but let's go. What is the official bird of Alabama?
Ooh.
Official bird. That'd have to be a cardinal, maybe.
Yellowhammer, sir.
Yellowhammer.
I was going to go the eagle, right? Auburn. That was where you were going, right? Got the war eagle.
I knew it wasn't the eagle, but that would be my state bird if I had the choice. So.
Okay.
Maryland's pretty easy. It's Oriole. That's
that's right. Yeah, you could probably guess.
What is the Alabama state flower?
Ooh.
State flower. I have seen this before. I'm a throw out daisy.
That is, well, Bo and Luke Duke would have thrown out daisy too, just to stick with the Southern and stuff. It is the camellia.
Oh, are we Black-Eyed Susans here?
We're Black-Eyed Susans here. Yeah.
Okay, that's the Preakness. I got that from the Preakness.
What is the Alabama state nut?
They have a state nut?
They got a state nut.
It's got to be an acorn.
And what did you call it? Acorn?
Acorn. That's how we say it down
here. They come off of they come off oak trees, right?
Yeah.
The acorn, sir. An
acorn. Well, we'll have to get you.
Stick around. We'll give you all the language.
My Southern culture will wear off on you next year.
It probably will. I'll bring the sweet tea.
No, let Gunnar bring the sweet tea. You can tell who made the sweet tea. Like, you can tell how far from the South somebody is by what sweet tea tastes like.
If you let it sit long enough, the sugar will get back to the bottom. And fall out. It is a pecan or a pecan. Which one is it? Pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
We go pecan.
Yeah,
pecan. All right.
Yeah.
What is the Alabama state reptile? I'm starting to guess you're not really from Alabama.
Is there a Maryland?
I am, but I don't brush up on my
terrapin for us.
Facts.
It is the Alabama red-bellied turtle. There you go. I'm sure we'll be a minor league team one day down there.
Yeah, that's what they call me when I'm at the beach and forget my suntan lotion.
Well, and the last one, what is the state fruit? We're not talking tree fruit, but a fruit. There's a difference in tree fruit and fruit.
Tree fruit. Huh.
First of all, the tree fruit is peach. What's the state fruit?
Oh, they have, wow.
I reckon maybe an apple.
It is a blackberry.
Ooh.
It is a blackberry. So officially,
I'm over.
we're gonna work on you, my friend. We're gonna work on you. Or you know what? We're gonna adopt you here in Maryland. We're gonna teach you about the black-eyed Susan. We're gonna teach you about our official sport is jousting. Jousting.
Yeah. How did that happen?
Our official dinosaur is the Astrodon. Astrodon.
Never heard of that one.
That's the true thing. I'll have to give it that. Anyway, that is all mine together. Officially, Gunnar, you've been the worst so far. So you keep working on baseball, my friend. That's where you're good at.
Well, Gunnar, we can't wait. It's a little bit chilly up in our part. So, what is it there are you in Alabama right now? Or are you in Florida?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well,
give us a temperature check right now to make us, everybody watching this for the most part is in the state of Maryland. So we're about to anger our viewers right now.
Yeah.
3, 2, and 1.
Well, during the day, the past few days, it has been in the mid 70s. And then at night, it would get down to the 40s. Today was a little bit cooler with a high of about 65, I believe, and low of about 40, mid 40s. So
as we can see, because this is obviously there's a picture, Gunnar is appearing to be outdoors.
That's either the North Star or the moon. That's either North Star, the moon, or in the South, them aliens, they pick up the rednecks every time.
that would be the moon right there behind me.
Okay. Some people have some crazy stories to tell about that last one.
I could tell you one later. Not for this show.
Well, Gunnar, we really appreciate the time, my man. Hey, it's going to be April soon. We can't wait to see you and then see you head on your way up to Baltimore in the very near future.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me.
Hey,
folks,
thanks,
that's
Gunnar
Henderson, Paul Clary, Adam Pohl. We'll talk again soon. Thanks so much for being with us today.